episode 6. I would have loved to see the change a bit more from, like, because obviously in the book things are going to be different in the book from the series, but in the book obviously we get to see, you know, Callum grow and then Sephy grow and see their facial, like, they change. I think Callum gets longer hair, you know, Sephy gets more of a body, you know what I'm saying? So I would have more of a body, but you know, she turns more into obviously a woman, you know. I would have loved to see that time difference and see Callum change, not only physically but like over the years of him being in Liberation and Militia. That's it. To see them change, you know, and see that difference from how they was before in their loved up relationship as a young, and then growing into, you know, he's been really, like, you know, officer and the LM, and she's, like, you know, fully educated in her school and stuff. It would have been nice because that's what happens in the book, but that wasn't shown so much in the series, so it was quite interesting. But it's alright, it's fine, that wasn't there, we get it, you know, but it would have been nice to have that. If he was saying, you know, obviously trying to reignite the relationship, she's like, who is this man now? Because, you know, Sephy gets kidnapped. Yeah, we know that. Sephy, she gets kidnapped by LM so that they can make their commands, they can make their what they want to get done by the Prime Minister, which is Kamal Hadley. So they want all of their wants and their desires to be fulfilled, which is for Kamal to step down as Prime Minister. Well, thankfully, like, so Callum is obviously playing this role where, you know, he doesn't like Sephy, he doesn't care about Sephy anymore, blah blah. But then, you know, I feel like deep in his heart that obviously he does care about Sephy. It's just that he's fighting the cause and he doesn't know, he's trying to find a purpose. So when he's murmuring under his breath, like, oh, she doesn't mean anything, blah blah blah, underneath his breath, so obviously he's trying to convince himself, you know what, I'm doing this for the cause. The reason why we're kidnapping her because we want things to change, you know, being in the LM. Oh, what was really, like, sad that I felt was like she basically shouts out that, you know, that she's pregnant, and he's like, oh, you know, realization that she's pregnant, and then he's going to her to speak to her. He's like, are you really pregnant, blah blah blah, and she's like, oh, it's not yours, basically. I was like, oh, I was like, who's she been sleeping with? I didn't see her sleep with anybody else, but obviously she basically says that because he's a different man from who she knew from before, you know, joining the LM, you know, so she's saying that it's not yours, the person who I knew before was about love, not like this. I understand, she's basically trying to say, like, I understand we're both fighting for the same thing, equality with stuff, but it's just this is not the way, basically. Oh, before that, and I was saying that kind of stuff before that, he was saying that she is worse than the enemy, which is she's worse than the people who are oppressing him because she's standing by doing nothing. So he said some really hurtful things when they're in this place where they kidnapped her and stuff. So yeah, and also we don't know if Jude is dead or not, because obviously Jude helps them get away, because what's his name, Dawn, who's the head of the LM, is like, yeah, shoot her dead, basically, because obviously, you know, it would be a crucial point to make the revolution happen, basically, and people to fight and stuff in his eyes. So I was like, thank God they got out, but Jude helped, you know, and there was like a rustle and bustle, and Jude, I don't know what, we don't know if Jude's been killed or if it's okay, we don't know. Yeah, so I like the ending of episode 6, and we see Sephy and Callum together, they're fine, he's speaking to his mom, it's all good. So overall, the whole Noughts and Crosses series, I feel like they did the world justice. They did perfectly. Visually, I saw so much things that I thought that was beautiful about this world, and like, you know, the costumes, the buildings of the court when Ryan McGregor is on trial. Yeah, I enjoyed the series. I read the books when I was younger, and they really did the book justice, and I'm so happy that this story is shown on BBC, the biggest, you know, broadcasting, you know, TV production in the UK, you know. So I'm glad that this was shown, and hopefully that it educates people about racism and racism, and opens people's eyes who are not people of colour and stuff like that, and to see what it actually is like being a person of colour. And it's just quite interesting. I feel as for me, for this whole series, as a young girl looking back, it was nice to see a person of colour, it being flipped over, and just seeing what exactly it would be like to be, you know, for it to be, you know, black privilege, and see what it would be like in a different type of world. And I believe that they did it justice. I believe that they did the series justice. I was so happy, I was so proud to see, you know, this world created visually, the acting. I mean, when you read the book, you know how you see the characters, they're going to be your own imagination, but what was shown was a perfect adaptation of the book. And I'm just so happy for the cast and crew, and you should be all proud of yourselves, because it was a fantastic piece of work, piece of art, in my opinion. I just hope that there is a season 2, because it's very short, six episodes. I mean, EastEnders got, you know, been going on for 20 odd years. Why can't we have this one? You know what I mean? I think actually it'll be dead out, I think, if it was going on for that long. But yeah, I feel everyone should be proud of themselves. The script was written very well, and the actors were perfect. I just think that, you know, I'm very happy to have this production just created, and I feel like a lot of young women, everyone basically, can learn a lot from this series. And it is fantastic because I grew up reading the books, and it's really, really, really touched my heart, and it's really something that, you know, that I was happy to see on TV. So thank you to everyone who was involved. Yeah, so thank you everyone who watched this review. Let me know your thoughts about what you felt about Noughts and Crosses, and let me know what you think about this video that I've created on the review. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.